Hello guys, this is it. So in this video, I will show you guys how you can fix if your video is way too bright and the highlights are overblown. So in my case, I have a screen recording on my iPhone 13 Pro of a game called Honkai, and when I look back at the footage on my PC, it looks way too bright. And the video is not HDR, HLG or Dolby Vision. So let's go through quickly how we can fix that. So let's make a new project, create. So Control I to import the clip, change. So bring the clip into the timeline. So you can do this in the cut or in the edit, whichever is fine. And then you go to the color tab down here. So you want to change this from clip to timeline, because if you do it on clip, if you add in new clips, that new clip won't have the color grading applied. So if you choose clip and timeline here, if you choose timeline, all color grading and changes are applied on all clips that are on the timeline. Okay, so you make a new serial note by pressing Alt and S, and then okay, if your Davinci Resolve doesn't look like this, maybe I should reset the UI. So reset UI layout. So this is what you guys are seeing if you guys have not changed any of the workplace layout. So, firstly, make sure to make this serial note by pressing Alt S, and then I want to have a bigger view of this image. So I want to turn off this gallery, clicking here. I want to turn off the timeline over here, and I want to turn off the clip over here. So now I have a bigger view of this image. So next, we want to have the RGB graph down here. So you want to click this graph icon that is called scopes. Click it. Now you have the RGB values on graph. So in this clip, the RGB values are actually exceeds the upper limit over here, the 1000 limit. So it went out of bound out of the graph. So what you want to do is you want to go to the left down, go to the highlight over here, and you want to uh, reduce it, reduce the highlight. Okay, if you keep your eyes on this graph over here, you can see that before this part of the RGB values are out of bounds. Okay, let me reset that by pressing this. So this will reset all of the changes that you made in this particular box. So press that. So reset back. Okay, keep your eyes on this RGB graph, and I will reduce the highlight value over here. Ready? Okay, scroll it down. Okay, reset back and reduce the highlight. So you can see that this part of the RGB are out of bounds. So basically what you do by reducing the highlight here is you bring all of the out of bound value of the RGB into under the 1000 threshold over here. Okay, so you want to make it so that the top part of the RGB value here match with the top part of the graph over here. So let's bring that up a little, up a little. Okay, let the red value be over because I would like to have the green and the blue to be right there at the top. You can change it as you see fit. So right about there. Now you can see the image would look much better. Okay, if you want to compare before and after, you can press this button up here that will bypass the color grade and the fusion effects that you have applied. So if you press that, so this is before and this is after. This is before, this is after. You can also use the hotkey by pressing Shift and D to turn it on and off, right? Okay, and then I would like to bring this up bigger by pressing Shift and F, and then Shift and D to on and off the effects. So you might think that this doesn't look much different, but let me tell you, let me show you another example like right here. Okay, so for example, right here, let me scroll in. You can see the shadow under her eyes, and if you can see the shadow, and this is before. So this is without the color grading. You can't even see the shadow under her eye, and this is after. So you can see this part. comes out and the skin looks skin-like color rather than this overblown white. It looks very weird. It doesn't look right, right? So this is after and this is before. This is after and this is before. Another part you can see this on her hair. Her hair look way too bright and this highlight doesn't look right at all, and this is after. So you can see that this highlight and her hair looks much more natural. It looks right. Let's look at another example. Let me see if we can find any. So this is before and this is after. Just look at her face. This is before. You can see that you can't make out her face very clearly. Her nose, and this after. So you can see her face have this darker part down here and darker part down here, right? This is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. So yeah, so that's basically it on how you can fix the highlights. You can just go back to edit. It is already applied automatically. Okay, and then you can export the video just fine. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Over and out. Bye.